Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this, chances are you probably dabbled with ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or some other incredible AI tools. And you've probably been amazed by what it can do, and maybe a little frustrated when it doesn't quite get what you want. Why does the output change so much? It comes down to a powerful skill called prompt engineering. Today I'll show you what prompt engineering is and how to use it like a pro. So, what is prompt engineering? Think of LLM like a genius intern, super fast, super capable, but still waiting for you to give clear instructions. And your prompt? It's a task brief. When your prompt is vague, the LLM tries to guess what you mean, and surprise, it often guesses wrong. But when your prompt is focused, structured, and intentional, it's like flipping a switch. The AI gets what you want, and it delivers. And prompt engineering helps in communicating effectively with the AI. Alright, let's dive into some practical principles you can start applying today to become a better prompt engineer. I'll show you a prompt and the AI response, and then break down why it worked or it didn't. Let's start with a very basic prompt. Write about dogs. Wait for the output to complete. Okay, here's what we got. As you can see, the AI gave us a very basic, high level summary of dogs. It's not particularly bad, but it's not useful for any specific purpose. The AI had to guess what kind of information we are looking for. Now let's try being more clear and specific. Already prepared a prompt in advance? Here it is. Write a 20-word persuasive essay arguing why golden retrievers are the best family pets. Highlight their temperament and intelligence. And here's the output this time. What a difference, right? By clearly stating the topic, in this case the golden retrievers as family pets, in the format being the persuasive essay, and the length 200 words. Then the key arguments as well here, the temperament and intelligence. We guided LLM to produce much more focused and valuable result. Let's see what happens when we don't specify the format. And here is the prompt. Give me the current stock price and market capitalization for Google and Apple. And here is the response. It provided the stock information which is correct, but it's in human readable form. If I were building an application that needed to programmatically extract this data, I would have to write separate code for that as a text parser, right? Now let's explicitly define the format. Provide the current stock price and market capitalization for Google and Apple in JSON format, with each company as an object containing ticker, uh, price, and market capitalization fields. And now we have got the exact information we are looking for. That's if you see the data is structured in JSON format, which is easy for other programs to read and use, like ensuring that we don't have any errors and the data is consistent. Instructing the LLM how you want the information presented drastically improves the output's usability for specific applications. Let's try generating a product description without any context. Write a product description for a new coffee machine. Let's wait for a few seconds. If you see the product description is okay, it lists some features, but it is pretty bland, right? It doesn't really grab our attention or speak to a specific audience. Now let's add some context and persona. And here is the prompt for it. Act as a passionate barista, writing a lively and inciting product description for a new and eco-friendly espresso machine aimed at young professionals who value sustainability. Let's give LLM some time. Wow, see the difference now. By telling the LLM to act as a passionate barista and targeting young professionals who value sustainability, the output is much more engaging, persuasive, and relevant to a specific set of audience, right? By providing context and persona, the AI tailor its language and focus. Let's see what happens if we just ask a story for the LLM. Generate a story, and here we got a story, which is what we asked for. But it could be any length, right, or any genre about anything. This lack of constraint can lead to outputs that are not very helpful. Now let's add some constraints. Generate a short science fiction story, no more than 500 words, featuring a kind AI and a human protagonist, maintaining a helpful and optimistic tone. Avoid any dystopian themes. This time the AI gave us a story that fits within our word limit. It's in science fiction genre, features a kind AI and a human, has a hopeful tone if you see, and avoids dystopian elements. Now, setting clear boundaries helps the AI to focus its creativity and deliver an output that meets your specific needs. Remember, your first prompt might not be perfect. Write a story about a robot helping a gardener. This is a good start, but maybe we want to add some emotional depth. Let's refine our prompt. Expand on the previous story, focusing on the robot developing a sense of companionship with the gardener. Show, don't just tell the growth and bond. See how we took the initial output and through a refined prompt, we guided the AI to add specific elements. Here, in this case, the development of companionship. Prompt engineering is often an iterative process. You might need to tweak and refine your prompts based on the LLM initial response to get exactly what you're looking for. Once you master these basics, you can explore some advanced techniques. Let's look at a few examples. Few shots prompting. It's like giving the LLM a mini lesson by showing it a few examples of the input and output pairs you want to emulate. This will be helpful when you want AI to follow a very specific format or the style that might not be immediately obvious. Let's say I want LLM to summarize news articles, but I want the summaries to be very concise and follow a specific headline and summary format instead of just writing a paragraph. So, and here is the prompt. I'm giving two article as examples with the news as well as a summary output. For the third article, I'm just giving the news as an input. And there you have it. The LLM understood the desired format and the consistency even for a new article because we provided clear examples here. It's much more reliable than trying to describe the format in words alone. Next up is chain of thought prompting. This technique involves asking the LLM to show its reasoning process step by step before giving the final answer. It's useful for complex problems as it helps the LLM to break down tasks and often leads to more accurate and verifiable results. It's like asking a student to show their work in a math problem. Let's try a reasoning task without asking for a step-by-step reasoning. The LLM might try to give a direct but potential oversimplified answer. And here is a prompt for it. The LLM gave an answer, but how did it get there? It seems straightforward, but what if there were other conditions? Without seeing its thought process, it's hard to trust, right? Especially when it's a critical scenario like medication. Now let's use chain of thought by adding a simple phrase. Let's think step by step. And here's the output. See the difference? By prompting the LLM to think step by step, we not only get the correct answer, but also a clear logical progression of how it arrived at the answer. This makes the output more trustworthy and helps us verify its logic, especially important for tasks where precision is critical. The best way to learn? Just start prompting and also read the official documentations like from Google or OpenAI, and also join communities like Reddit and Discord. I'll link to some great resources in the description to kickstart your journey. If you found this video helpful, smash the like button and subscribe to our weekly AI content. Drop your favorite prompt in the comments. I'll feature the best in one of our upcoming episodes.